any time that I was feeling weak, or I was feeling tired, I was feeling fatigued, or I was feeling the urge to eat, if I was feeling hungry, if I was feeling the urge to go on my phone, anytime I was feeling anything, I would choose to meditate and pray. And that was it. For 3 days. It's just the hole that was in my heart, my whole life I felt empty. Even when I was happy, I felt that there was something missing. Apparently, it was literally Jesus. Hello. I have been through some growth and transformation like no other. Y'all, I met Jesus. I guess we're just gonna get right into this. Okay. Never, ever, 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 ever in my life did I ever think I would ever film a video like this. Never, ever, ever in my life did I ever think anything like this would be possible, would ever happen to me. And never did I ever think I would change my beliefs so drastically. But the experiences that I have been experiencing lately make it all make sense. So, I'm gonna share my story. The majority of my life, I have struggled with the majority of my life, I have struggled, period. Whether that be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, Girly Pop she's been through it, okay? About a month ago, I filmed a video where I spoke about the fact that I fell into a very deep depression. And somehow, out of nowhere, I miraculously started feeling like myself again. I'm going to speak about this much deeper in this video. When I filmed that video, I feel that I was still processing what had occurred and did not really address the situation appropriately. I didn't understand how miraculous the situation was. In the video, I had said that God pulled me out of the depression, but I still was coming to this understanding of the concept of God, and I felt that I didn't fully understand what that meant. Ever since then, so that was about a month ago, I have been having recurring experiences and connections and conversations with God, with Jesus. Y'all, okay, I used to be an atheist, which is why this is really weird for me to talk about. And it's like a teeny tiny part of me feels, except I don't feel resistance talking about this, which is the weird thing. Because I know that Jesus is here speaking through me. He's here by my side. And as I'm saying that, I feel his presence in my heart right now. And I feel loved and I feel whole. And it's like a big question mark because I didn't know I could feel this much love. All of my life, I didn't know I could feel this much love. But I've been connecting literally with Jesus. And I know that might sound crazy to some of you, and I think it's okay. It's okay if it sounds crazy, because it might help somebody. I'm gonna go a little more in depth about my experience that occurred about a month ago. Then I had another experience 2 weeks ago, and since then it's been experience after experience after experience, and God is literally just holding my hand through my life, and every day has been a blessing, and I literally am filled with love, and I'm not faking it. And it's like, I could be like this. I didn't know I could be here. It's just the hole that was in my heart, my whole life. My whole life I felt empty. Even when I was happy, I felt that there was something missing. Apparently, it was literally Jesus. Like, it was literally God. Let's speak. Okay. Something that I have struggled with a lot of my life is depression. Yo, girly pop has been depressed. Like, really, 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 really depressed. She's also been anxious. She's dealt with a lot, okay? Okay, she's had her fair share of mental health situations, experiences, occurrences. Oh my goodness. Because I have been depressed a lot of my life, so my depression would come and go in waves. It wasn't just a whole life of depression. It would come and go in waves. And so when I would experience depression, it oftentimes would lead to me feeling suicidal, which was really bad, like really bad. Obviously, if you haven't experienced that, I am so happy for you. Like, that is so good. You don't want to. It's terrifying. It's a really terrifying place to be. I have felt suicidal in my life. Like, I don't know the number. A good handful of times. It's been quite a few. Several times, actually. And each time that I felt suicidal, it was this battle of paralysis, really, because I really, 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 really wanted to act on it, and I was so close to acting on it several times. There are like 3 or 4 main times where I was really close. And each of these times, there was a force that pulled me out from making the decision. There was a force, and it's like, it didn't change how I was feeling. I still felt suicidal. I still felt awful. I still felt depressed, but there was a force that I couldn't explain that forced me not to do it. And I can't explain it further than that because I did not understand it at the time. But this has happened multiple times. The most recent time that this occurred was between 1 and 2 months ago. So the depression was building up, and I had been depressed for about between a month or 2. And then it just really hit its peak. I was not vibing and I was not thriving. This most recent time that it occurred, I felt so low. I was home alone in my apartment, and I was terrified of the feelings that I was feeling. Not only was I terrified of the feelings that I was feeling, but I was really afraid that I was going to act on the feelings that I was feeling. I felt that I had no reason to live. Like, words can only say so much. I'm so serious. I felt that I had 0 reason to live whatsoever. 0, none, 0. Nothing made me feel good anymore. Nothing was exciting to me. Everything was just null, a void, empty. I felt so empty and so much despair, and it just was not, it wasn't, life was not giving what it should have been giving. So yeah, no, it was like really scary. It's like I wanted to crawl out of my skin so badly. And the anxiety was so bad and piercing, and it was bad. I knew that I couldn't stay in my apartment a single second longer. So I left my apartment. But like, I didn't make that decision. I felt like I was not in my body. It felt like there was a force or something moving me. I was not, at this point, I was so depressed that I felt like I was not existing, I was not there, and I didn't want to be there. But it's like, I felt like I was not in control of my body. And a force stronger than me pulled me to leave my apartment and go to the gym. So I didn't understand this, and I was like, whatever, like going to the gym is better than killing myself, so I'm going to go to the gym and have an awful workout because I don't want to be here and nothing matters and whatever, but I guess it's better than being alone in my apartment right now. So that's kind of what was going on in my head, but also my body. It's like it was a mix of autopilot, but there was something profound happening. And I didn't understand that because I was so caught up in the depression. Fast forward, I do my workout. I did not enjoy it at all because I was feeling really depressed and the whole thing was forced. Whatever, it's whatever. On my way home from the gym, that is when something shifted. Suddenly, I felt like I was back in my body because I had mentioned I felt like I was not in my body. Suddenly, I was back in my body. It was like, Serena, there she is. And I was feeling like myself again out of nowhere for absolutely no reason. And it wasn't I did not understand it. Although something important to note is that before this point, I had been praying to feel better. I don't actually remember the exact time frame, but I know I was speaking out loud. In my mind, it was to the universe. Obviously, God was listening. I was speaking out loud, and I was like, I don't even know what I was saying. I don't remember. I was in such a low place, but obviously it was something like, help me. I don't want to feel this anymore. Pull me out of this. Like, help me. Oh my gosh. Anyway, on my way back home, I suddenly was back in my body, and I realized that it was God. That was the force that prevented me from taking action on the suicidal thoughts. That was the force that pulled me to the gym. And it was the same force that pulled me not to act on those suicidal thoughts the other times that I had those suicidal thoughts in the past. Now, the reason why I can confidently confirm this, I mean, there's several reasons. I just know it to be true. I know it to be true. I know it to be true. I know it to be. The force, the feelings in my heart when that happened, the shift that occurred when I felt like I was back in my body again, the loving feelings that entered my body, it was just a force of love. And it was literally God. It was literally God. It was literally God. Now continue. After this, I was just expressing my gratitude for the fact that I was feeling like myself again. And I was expressing gratitude for the loving feelings that I was feeling. And I was just expressing gratitude and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And talking to the universe, as I put it, praying. I was praying. I would not have labeled it that then, but that is what was occurring. And I was just feeling really, 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 really grateful. And then this just continued for the following days. Then I got COVID. Part of me was a little frustrated because, I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated that you're sick with COVID? But actually, like, I wasn't that frustrated. I completely was able to let go entirely and understand that this is just a part of the process of everything. Whatever is happening right now, this is a part of the process. And so I was sick for 2 weeks, but I, instead of feeling bitter about it, was able to feel gratitude about it. Yo, I had COVID. It was awful. It was not good. I did not feel good. But instead of feeling negative feelings about it, I was able to feel grateful about it because I shifted my perspective. And I was viewing it as me shedding old layers of myself and letting go of everything that was no longer serving me, because it kind of only made sense to view it that way. I chose not to kill my physical body. So I was instead viewing it as my mental, emotional, spiritual body dying and going through a purge so that it could renew itself. Which I understand sounds weird. But I mean, literally reflecting on it, that's actually what happened, and it's weird. It's weird, but it's great. I'm very grateful for this. So anyway, after I got better and was no longer sick with COVID, I decided to go on a fast. I went on a 3-day water fast. I did consume herbal tea, and I had a little bit of bone broth on one of the days. So I know some of y'all might be like, that's not a water fast. Okay. I was following my intuition, which basically meant I was literally listening to God and I was being obedient, pretty much. I was following exactly what God was telling me to do and just listening. I knew that I needed to do a 3-day fast, and I just did it how I knew was best for me. I had just recovered from COVID, so I knew that I needed to continue with the herbal teas, and yeah. This 3-day fast completely transformed me. Every time that I fast, ever, I feel so connected to myself. I feel so connected to the universe, to God. I feel so connected to God. Now I'm able to see and understand that it is God that I feel connected to, but I love fasting so much. It brings so much clarity to me, and like physical, spiritual, emotional, mental clarity, just clarity on all realms. So yes, I did a 3-day liquid fast, and while I was doing this 3-day primarily water fast, I was also doing a 3-day digital fast, no phone for 3 days. So and then any time that I was feeling weak, or I was feeling tired, or I was feeling fatigued, or I was feeling the urge to eat, if I was feeling hungry, or if I was feeling the urge to go on my phone, anytime I was feeling anything, I would choose to meditate and pray. And that was it for 3 days, pretty much. During that fast, and during those 3 days that I was really just reflecting, meditating, praying, fasting, I felt so close to God, and I was able to hear God's voice and connect to God so deeply. And the amount of love that I felt, the amount of wholeness that I felt, I am so eternally grateful for. And I will in fact be including fasting as part of my routine in life. I don't know how frequently, but I'm definitely going to implement fasting more, because the experience was profound, and it always is every time that I fast. Ever since then, I had been praying. And every time that I am praying, my prayers are coming true. The biggest and most profound part of all of this is, so I've been continuously communicating with God every single day since this has occurred. And not just God, but Jesus. I have invited Jesus into my life. And I didn't know you could do that. No one has really explained this to me. And I honestly don't really think it is something that can be explained to you. It's just something that you have to experience for yourself. And I've been experiencing it for myself. And literally ever since inviting Jesus into my life and talking to Jesus every single day and praying every single day and like talking about it right now, I'm feeling it right now, I feel whole. And I feel loved. And the emptiness that I have been carrying with me my whole life is gone. And I'm waking up every morning, pretty much every morning, smiling, happy, grateful. And I'm waking up every morning like excited for the day. And I feel like I have a reason to live now ever since I've been talking to God. And this connects back to that day that I wanted to end my life and chose not to. When I chose not to, it wasn't even a choice, like it was a force that forced me not to. When I came home that day, I was filled with eternal love. And it was the God love, energy, force, frequency. It was God's love. And then that is what caused me to start praying and talking to God more and talking to Jesus. And I invited Jesus into my life. And I didn't know what I was missing. I didn't know that all the years of depression was a lack of Jesus. And if I were to watch this video a year ago, I would have had so much resistance in my heart. I would have been like, my depression is caused by a lack of Jesus. Okay. And I wouldn't have believed it because I didn't believe. I believed in the universe. Additionally, so I've always been so spiritual. Not always. I used to be an atheist, and then I was agnostic. And then when I branched out of that, then I just became really spiritual and into the universe and the law of attraction, manifestation, etc., etc. Oh my gosh. This is so weird to talk about, but it's okay. Even while I was in the depths of all of that, obviously I was enjoying it because I was a very spiritual person and I was enjoying the spirituality aspects of all of that. But in the depths of that, I still felt like there was something missing. Like there was this longing feeling. Like even though I love spirituality, like this is like all that it is, there must be more. I was always searching for more. And it was never everything that I learned. It was so cool and like I loved learning about it. But everything that I learned, it was never enough. I always wanted to learn more. And there was always more to learn, of course. But I just always wanted to learn more. Now that I have invited Jesus into my life, literally everything, it's like the spiritual question marks that I have and the longing for more is gone. Jesus was the answer, is the answer. It also has helped me connect a lot of the dots within whatever missing information that there was when I was all into the law of attraction and manifestation. All of that is spoken about in the Bible. The Bible literally talks about manifestation. Ask and it is given. However, a lot of what's being spoken about right now about the law of attraction and manifestation, it's all new age spirituality, which I fear is what I ventured into. And purely stems from ego, mostly. I don't know what I have to say about the law of attraction and manifestation right now. So I'm gonna put a pause right there to this sentence. But, literally like every single aspect of my life, there's no longer a hole, like a gaping hole. And I feel like I have a reason to live. And I want to live. And I want to share the messages that I have to share. I want to share the messages that God wants me to share. And I know that I am worthy of sharing them. I used to have this belief that I wasn't enough. Since connecting with God, I know that I'm enough. And if I feel like I'm not enough, I can ask God for strength. And immediately He provides. Immediately. And that's why I'm here able to film this video. This isn't a video I would have ever thought I would be filming. Really, really, really grateful that I'm filming this video though. Because it means that I'm alive. And not only am I alive, but God literally saved me. Yeah, no, this month has been amazing. It's been incredible. And I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited to live. Everything is just making me feel excited. And because I'm just talking to God and praying to Jesus, and Jesus is so nice. And I love him so much. And he loves you. He loves you so much. Whether you believe in him or not, he loves you so much. He loves you so much, and he wants to be in your life so badly. If you ask, Jesus, be a part of my life. Jesus, I want you in my life. Jesus, guide me, help me, please. He will answer. If you're afraid that you won't be able to hear him, ask for the discernment that you need to hear his voice. You'll hear. Ask for help, letting go and trusting. Just ask. Ask and it is given. Yeah, no, it's really cool. I'm really grateful, and words can only say so much. I wouldn't be filming this video if I didn't truly mean every single word that I am speaking right now. I feel like you can see it in my face too. I am healthier and happier. I feel like I have a reason to live. Even in the videos where I would talk about getting over my depression, when I would talk about that, it was true. There was still some sort of hole in my heart. I was better, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I feel so much love and excitement. And it's I feel like the sunshine. I love the sunshine. That's how I feel. I just feel so loved because I am so loved. And you are so loved. And yes. Also, my perspective on a lot of things has shifted. In the past, so I'm not gonna force anything on anyone. You can believe whatever you want to believe, okay? In the past, when people who were really religious would talk about God, it seemed like they were really trying to force their beliefs onto other people, and that just made me feel even more resistance. It made me want to push them away because I was like, yo, chill. I am my own person. I can believe what I want to believe. Chill. And I totally agree. You can believe whatever you want to believe. But I now understand that the reason why sometimes religious people can come across so strongly, it seems like they are forcing their beliefs onto you, it's because they very likely it's because they have connected to God, to Jesus, and they know how powerful Jesus is. They know how loving Jesus is, and they want you to experience this love too. And I never, ever viewed it that way. I never thought it was from a place of good intention, which might sound bad, but yeah. I want everybody to experience the love that I am now experiencing. I literally feel whole. It's weird. It's not weird, but what is weird is I used to be a completely different person. Now I'm a different person than that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you next time. Jesus loves you. Whether you believe in him or not, Jesus loves you. And he completely saved me. So, yeah. Okay, bye.